In last lecture of adrenal gland, we have studied about the structure of adrenal gland, that it consists of two major parts. One is adrenal cortex and another one is adrenal medulla. Adrenal cortex, that is about 80 to 90% of the adrenal gland, and then we have studied about its secretion, the hormones. One of them was the mineralocorticoid that was secreted from the zona glomerulosa. Today we will discuss the RAA pathway, that is actually the that control the secretion of aldosterone or the mineralocorticoid. So how this mineralocorticoid or aldosterone will be secrete and controlled in the circulation, that is the RAA pathway. And this R is for the renin, A for angiotensin, and this A for aldosterone, means the renin, angiotensin, aldosterone, or the RAA pathway. For this, first requirement is, or first step is stimulus, dehydration in the body, or the deficiency of sodium, or the bleeding. Any one of them will act as the stimulus. Because of these, decrease in blood volume. Then, because of blood volume decrease, the blood pressure will also be decreased. In the result, lower blood pressure, this will act as the stimulus for the kidney cells. Kidney cells name is juxtaglomerular cells, and these cells, in the result of decrease of the blood volume and then the blood pressure, these cells secretes enzyme. Its name is renin, and because of this enzyme, this pathway, this pathway is called renin angiotensin aldosterone pathway. So, in the result of decrease of the blood volume, then decrease in the blood pressure, kidney cells of kidney, juxtaglomerular cells, they will secrete the enzyme renin. In the result of this step, renin will increase in the blood. Now, this renin convert angiotensinogen, that is the plasma protein that is produced from the liver. This renin convert this angiotensin 1, renin convert angiotensin into angiotensin 1. In the result of this step, that the volume or the quantity of angiotensin 1 will be increased in the blood. Then in the circulation, now the angiotensin 1 is increased, and in the lungs, where the enzyme ACE, A for angiotensin, C converting, and E enzyme. This ACE enzyme, which is present in lungs, this will convert angiotensin 1 into angiotensin 2. So, after this step, in the blood, angiotensin 2 will increase, and this angiotensin 2 will act as a stimulus, and this will stimulate the adrenal cortex to secrete aldosterone. In this, after this step, the aldosterone will increase in the blood. Then In the angiotensin 2 stimulates adrenal cortex to secrete aldosterone, and as a result aldosterone level increase in the blood, and then because of this kidney increase reabsorption of sodium, because here in stimulus one was the deficiency of sodium. So overcome this, kidney increase reabsorption of sodium, and second deficiency was the dehydration, means the lack of water. Here kidney increase reabsorption of sodium and water, and another step, increase the secretion of potassium and hydrogen into the urine. So at the same time the kidney will perform two functions, the reabsorption of sodium and water, and another secretion of potassium and hydrogen. In the result of this act of kidney, the blood volume will increase. So here the first stimulus was the blood volume is decreased. Decreased blood volume, that was the stimulus for the secretion of the aldosterone. And now the blood, after the kidney reabsorb the sodium, water, and because of this step the blood volume increase, and because of the blood volume increase in the circulation, the blood pressure will also increase to the normal. At the same time, angiotensin 2 contract smooth muscles in the walls of arterioles, and this one is called vasoconstriction. And because of this process, which is initiated by the angiotensin 2, blood pressure will increase. And also the potassium, increased level of potassium which was here, that was performed by the kidney. Second step, that was the secretion of potassium and hydrogen. So because of this increase in the number of potassium, this will also act as the second stimulus of aldosterone. So in this way, this is the RAA pathway, or the renin-angiotensin aldosterone pathway. This one is important for the control of the secretion of aldosterone.